court order to stop representation of 2024 Rivers budget. Opposition political parties in Rivers State react to screening of resigned commissioners by State Assembly. Rivers Assembly warns Governor Fubara fleeing armed robber dies in car accident in Port Harcourt. Group warns NNPC against oil exploration in Ogoni without compensation. And on the foreign scene, U.S. launches fourth round of strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. I am Ifechukwumoyele with the news. A senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, Kayode Ajulo, has filed a suit seeking to stop Governor Fubara from representing the 2024 budget to the State House of Assembly. The lawyer asked the court to stop such a move pending the hearing and determination of a suit filed before the Federal High Court, Abuja. The suit also called on the court to restrain the State House Assembly and the Speaker of the House from screening and confirming the commissioners appointed by Governor Fubara. The lawyer wants the court to consider a motion or notice attached with the suit to stop the holding of plenary sessions by the 27 members of the State House of Assembly out of the 32 members. Meanwhile, some opposition political parties in Rivers State say the screening and confirmation of the 9 commissioners were actions taken by an illegally constituted State House Assembly. The spokesperson of the Labour Party, Gogo Wellington, spoke to our correspondent on this.
It's a constitutional matter. I know some of these matters are there before the court of a competent jurisdiction. They should allow the court to take their decision. But for the protest, the people are right because the assembly, the law is very critically cleared that if you vacate your seat, that means if you defect to another party, you are ready to vacate your seat. If there is no internal wrangling in the party, and in PDP, there is no wrangling in the party, the 27th assembly should know that their seat is already vacant. So because constitutionally, they have already left PDP.
The chairman of Zenith Party in the state, Ben Omobula, also spoke.
Following up the suits or the suits that are already in place, trying to determine their legality or illegality, because several suits have been instituted on this matter. So them continuing to sit and act as though they are unaware of the laws that they are supposed to be protecting and making is something that calls for us to wake up as a people and start to demand that these people stop insulting us on our sensibilities as citizens of Rivers State.
On Wednesday, the Rivers State House of Assembly screened and confirmed as commissioner-designate the 9 former commissioners who resigned from the Governor Fubara cabinet in 2023. The 9 commissioners were asked to take a bow and go after a brief introduction of themselves. The House Speaker, Martin Amehule, asked the House clerk to forward the names of the commissioner-designate to the governor for action.
Following nominees for appointments as commissioners into the Rivers State Executive Council are hereby confirmed. The clerk will forward a letter which will take the resolution to the State Assembly to His Excellency the Governor so that these nominees that are so confirmed can take their oaths of office as commissioners into the Rivers State Executive Council.
Correspondent Sobi Oruwara reports that the Speaker also clarified that it was Governor Fubara who sent the letter requesting the screening of the former commissioners.
Request for screening and confirmation of commissioner nominees. May I forward the underlisted nominees to the Rivers State House of Assembly for screening and confirmation as commissioners as the Rivers State Executive Council in terms of the presidential peace declaration.
The screened and confirmed commissioner designates include Professor Zacchaeus Adango, Jacobson Mbina, Gift Nwolo Inime Chimewo Agoma, Chukwuemeka Nwoke. Others are Chinedu Mom, George Kelly Alabo, Isaac Kamalo, and Austin Ben Chioma. They had earlier served in the State Executive Council but resigned following the political crisis between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. In the meantime, the Rivers State House of Assembly has threatened to reject correspondence from Governor Fubara if the trend of not accepting their letters continues. This is after the Speaker, Martin Amehule, informed the lawmakers of the Rivers State government continued rejection of the letters the House sent. Mr. Amehule, shortly after the lawmakers' resolutions, ordered the clerk of the House not to accept any letters from the state government.
National Autonomy Bill passed and the amendment to the government law. We have since sent that to the government house. They also acknowledge receipt of that one. On subsequent communication, they have refused to collect. If they want to break their own communication and refuse to take ours, the distinguished police will have a leave to decline the receipt of further communication. If they choose not to take ours, will have a leave. Like if they refuse to take correspondence from the house, don't take any correspondence from them.
The Speaker also explained steps taken by the House to convey their messages to the governor since the crisis began. In another development, the former PDP chairman of Rivers State, Felix Obua, says the leadership is a one-person responsibility and he has no regret about working with the state governor Fubara. Mr. Obua said this while speaking on Nigeria FM's Morning Crossfire. He said the apology the FCT minister made earlier this week is for humanity.
Leadership must be one person, governor must be one person. In life, we work together, and I have no regret for that time working. But one thing you have to understand that anything that has to do with power comes from God. To me, I don't see that anybody can stop me from whatever the God. The PK was the governor, he was instrumental to whatever. If God uses somebody to actually actualize purpose and life for anybody. So he's apologizing as a human being. Power belongs to God. Anybody God wishes to give, he will give.
Mr. Obua said there are a lot of legal issues in PDP and he believes the political crisis in Rivers State will be resolved soon.
There are a lot of issues in PDP. And there are still legal issues. Matter of fact, you know that if you want, the National Party could not determine who is the secretary of the party. We have been having a serious legal issue. All what I say is that with time, all these things will be settled. I don't believe that we should start quarreling and start killing ourselves.
Moving on, a fleeing armed robber died in a car accident around the Ada George Road in the Mile 3 axis of Port Harcourt on Wednesday. An eyewitness said the 5-member gang rammed into a parked truck while fleeing the robbery scene. The eyewitness said the robbers drove away in 2 vehicles after they loaded engine oils and other valuables from a shop. But upon sighting the police, the robbers tried to use an alternative route when the accident happened. Confirming the incident, spokesperson for the State Police Command, SP Gracie Ringekoko, tells a correspondent that one of the robbers was confirmed dead at the hospital, while 2 others who were injured are receiving treatment. She also said the police are still investigating the matter. Still to come, Group warns NNPC against oil exploration in Ogoni without compensation. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. A group, Concerned Rivers Opinion Leaders, is calling on the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, to take swift action against the chairman of the Rivers State Youth Council, Chijioke Huon. This is contained in a petition signed by the NYCN. This is contained in a petition sent to the NYCN, signed by Christopher Clifford Solomon, Defense for Human Rights and Democracy, Ayanate West, Rivers Unity Alliance, NS Peterside, Rivers Rescue Mission, Kuriali Lili, Wokoma Movement for the Survival of the Rivers People, Demabo Clark Davis, Patriots of Kalabari, and Peter Anocha, Omoma Development Forum. According to the petition, their concerns stem from his alleged involvement in political activities, open attacks on elites and elders, and the divisive role he has played in the state. The petition said his alleged actions, including his proclamation as the leader of a political party in his ward in Obiakpo local government area, active participation in partisan politics, leading teams to attack perceived political rivals, making derogatory statements against elected officials, and organizing protests and rallies in favor of a particular political party are in direct violation of the laws, ethics, and norms of the National Youth Council. The letter called for his immediate suspension or removal from the National Youth Council of Nigeria. It said failure to act may lead to widespread youth mobilization, with opinion leaders and thought leaders occupying the streets of Rivers State. Moving on, President of Ogoni Liberation Initiative Douglas Fabeke has cautioned against the implications of resuming oil exploration on OML 11 in Ogoni without compensation to Ogoni people from oil-impacted communities. Dr. Fabeke, in a statement, said his warning followed rumors that the NNPC is allegedly making moves to resume oil operations after paying an alleged $300 million in compensation. Dr. Fabeke said any compensation not paid directly to the Ogoni people will not be accepted, and they will resist any forceful attempt to resume oil exploration. He also advised community leaders who he said may be allegedly working secretly with the company against the interests of Ogoni people to stop. He insisted that all pending issues, including the compensation matter between the Ogoni people and Shell, must be finalized before oil exploration can resume. He said he will use his position as the coordinator of the United Mission for Rural and Urban African Community Empowerment to bring the NNPC and other collaborators before the international community if they go ahead. Now, the acting Administrator of the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, Aaron Obele, says the authority is keen on the successful actualization of the dream of the Rivers State government to build 20,000 affordable housing units for the citizens. Mr. Obele said this at the Greater Port Harcourt head office during a pre-kickoff meeting for the development of 20,000 affordable housing units between the authority and TAF Africa Global. He said TAF Africa Global has all it takes to deliver the landmark project on schedule. Mr. Obele also said that the Greater Port Harcourt has the responsibility to see that the project succeeds. On his part, the Chief Executive Officer of TAF Africa Global, Mustafa Njie, said arrangements have been concluded to mobilize to the site to start construction for the first phase of the 20,000 units of housing development. He expressed satisfaction. Noel Eleanor recalled that Governor Fubara flagged off the project in December 2023. In other stories, the Coordinating Minister of Health, Ali Pate, says the federal government will soon issue an executive order to regulate pharmaceutical prices and make essential medicines more affordable for citizens. The Federal High Court Abuja has nullified the power of the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) to impose fines on broadcast stations for alleged breaches of the Nigerian Broadcasting Code.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
The U.S. has carried out a fourth round of strike on Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen. Pentagon officials confirmed this on Wednesday night. That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. A lawyer is seeking a court order to stop the representation of the 2024 budget in Rivers State. Opposition political parties in Rivers State have faulted the screening of resigned commissioners by State Assembly. Rivers Assembly has warned Governor Fubara against rejecting their letters. And on the foreign scene, the U.S. has launched a fourth round of strike on Houthi targets in Yemen. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyeli. Many thanks for listening.